I mean, that's definitely working. I think that the biggest factor is that people are, especially now, people are looking for people that's perfect, and that's not a thing. You know, you look for who's compatible, who you can make it work with, who you agree with, or whatnot. You both have the same values, morals, so on and so forth, and and you grow together. But now we got people that they'll just choose somebody because they got a fat ass or they make a lot of money or whatever the case may be. They don't click. One person is abusive or they both abusive, they're both toxic, whatever. And they end up not getting married and having kids out of wedlock and then have a whole situation on their hands that they're not happy with. So I think the biggest issue is just that again, most people, especially now, it appears that they're looking for somebody that's perfect when they're not even perfect themselves. So I think that that's the biggest flaw.
Do y'all think people are really looking for perfection? And what is
Absolutely.
that? So what is so what does compatibility look like? Because I can guarantee you, most of the relationships I've seen people in, these people are not perfect at all.
I
As
just
a
want
matter
to
of
say
fact,
hello,
if you
Tan and
have a
Mistaken.
single friend, you're probably looking at his girl like, and he probably, you know what I'm saying? So why do we think perfect? Like, are we saying like no arguments? Is that what we mean by perfect? Like it's gonna be a smooth ride? Is that what we mean by perfect?
No, there's no such thing as that either. You always gonna have seasons. There's gonna be ups and downs. It's choosing that person that you want to go through those seasons with.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't understand the level of commitment, um and working through the hard times. That's what our great grandparents did. You know what I'm saying? They stuck it out. Of course, I'm not saying if a motherfucker going upside your head or cheating on you constantly to stick around, but if things get rocky and you ready to up and go because you're on social media and you got 10, 50,000 followers and you got niggas in your inbox and now you think that you got options when it's from a pool that you don't even want no nothing to deal with. So it's like one of those deals where you just got to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. Shit is gonna happen. And if you just up and leave, then that causes more damage, especially if kids are involved. So
And I understand what you're saying, Viz, and I completely agree with you. But I think in this particular situation, it seems like she chose being single over being not being with somebody, right? So for the two panelists just came in, so there's a woman by the name of Ebony K. She's the one who said she wouldn't date a bus driver. I don't know if Tan, you probably don't know that, but she once stated she would never date a bus driver. So the question was, you rather, and she had she ended up getting pregnant artificially. And so the question was, so you rather have a baby artificially in opposed to dating a bus driver? So that was the question that somebody had in another chat. So we brought it up, and that's what we're talking about. That's the conversation, just to keep you guys up abreast. So, what are your thoughts? Because I know Mistaken knows the situation. No thoughts.
You're asking about my thoughts?
Oh,
You're mistaken.
Mistaken.
Okay.
You know thoughts, Mistaken? No.
No, not really.
Okay. So do you think, so I guess the bottom line is, the question is, do you just choose anyone just for the sake of having a father, or do you just go the route of artificially having a kid? I guess that's the debate. That's the conversation. Y'all don't want to, because we can
It's
go.
a loaded question.
Mm.
It's a
So
loaded question. It depends on the perspective. I don't know the situation, but I mean, was she talking about a specific bus driver, or is she talking about just a bus driver in general? She just
she didn't
doesn't
want
want.
to date a bus driver. She says she'd rather date somebody who owned the company in opposed to a bus driver.
Got it. I mean, that's a specific situation. I think it's loaded. There's so many nuances. I'm coming on the tail end. I'll just, yeah.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think I had made mention of this before yesterday, is that at the end of the day, if her end goal was to be a parent, and she wanted to have a kid, I don't think that she should give up that opportunity necessarily just because she may not have the right choice right now. That's not to say that later on she can meet somebody that meet her standards and would be willing to be a stepfather to her child. People become step parents every day. So if that was an issue for her, it's like, I'm just not going to settle for anybody. But if not settling for anybody means that I'm going to give up my opportunity to be a parent, I'm not willing to do that either. And so she chose what I feel that she felt was the best option for her. And still have time. Like, the thing is that there's a time limit on when you can become a parent for a female, but there's no time limit on when you can find the right partner. So I think she just kind of, rolled the dice and said, let me go with being a parent, and then give, because I don't have enough time, that window closes and I have more time to find the partner that's going to fit my situation. So I think that's what she ended up doing.
Is it possible that she could have just found somebody the same way she artificially inseminated, to have somebody be a surrogate and waited till she had a stable
We
home?
don't even know if that's what she did. I don't think I don't think she just said that the kid won't have a father. We don't know that she didn't, because she could have said, "Oh, and I'll keep you out of it." We don't know the details of that.
I'm if somebody, all right, like, that's the deepest speculation. We can't even go into the conversation if we working on the premise we just don't know on anything.
Well, because she didn't give out that information. She didn't say, because that happens all the time. People may say, "Okay, can I use your sperm and I'll keep you out of it?" Like, a rational part, that's probably the more logical way to go, because at least I know you're a sane person, right? And I won't, you can, because you could do like a contract where he can give up his rights. People do that all the time. So she doesn't clarify. She just said the kid won't have a father. She didn't say, "Okay, I went to a sperm bank and this is a guy I picked out of a book." So we can talk about both ways, but she didn't clarify that.
Well, let's say either way, even if it happened either way, whether she knew the person or didn't know the person, and she, chose from a, sperm bank based on, the qualifications that she was looking. Either way, we'll say that the father is not going to be involved. The biological father is not going to be involved.
Right.
I still think that child is in a better condition because she chose that situation versus being in a situation where you expected to be with the father and the father chose not to be a part of that situation. Because I think your mindset is going to be different. You're already going in with the expectations of knowing that you're going to have to create your own village. You're going to have to do things, you're pre-planning because you already know what your situation is going to be, versus being in a situation where you're thinking you might be with this person and then a person doesn't want to be involved in that situation and dips.